Hey, I'm Griffin Wagner, and I'm going to be doing my speech over video games and the benefits of playing them. For me, video games are very special. They're something I've been involved with for at least the past decade of my life. I can remember back to when I was a little kid playing the Lego games with my dad and my little brother. That's why video games are they're very nostalgic for me. And I've always enjoyed them. But it wasn't really until high school that I realized that they do more than just provide enjoyment. In high school, maybe you guys were like me. You had a lot of classes. Maybe some of them were a bit above your head, above my head for sure. But with that came a lot of work, a lot of stress, a lot of studying. And I found that video games provided for me an escape. They gave me a way to just get away from it all for just maybe an hour. And, that was enough. They really, really helped me out through some really rough times. But it wasn't really until I was assigned this project, until I chose video games as my topic, and until I began to actually research, that I found out for sure that yes, video games do help with stress. They do help with increasing your mental acuity. They also help with social skills. In a study by Dr. Anne-Marie Porter and Dr. Paula Golowski, they researched the effects of video games on stress. And they found that video games actually increased stress. And I know that may sound a little counterintuitive to my point, but the stress that I'm talking about is positive stress. The stress that comes from the fight or flight response. The stress that comes from when cortisol, epinephrine, and norepinephrine flood the body and increase that mental acuity, that awareness, those reaction times. And that stress is actually very, very helpful and healthy. It's actually recommended that you have a good amount of this healthy stress for general heart health and just fitness in general. And when it comes to video games increasing mental acuity, there's actually a study by the American Psychological Association about this. The study tried to observe the effects of like spatial awareness, reaction time, puzzle solving before and after playing video games. They took the same group of people before, they gave them a challenge, a problem to solve, and they measured the results. And then again, after they played video games, the results were staggeringly in favor of the group that had played the video games. They realized that playing these video games increased the spatial awareness, navigation, puzzle solving, memory, and even perception of the surroundings and problems presented by those surroundings. And this brings me to one of the parts of video games that is very, very special to me, and that is the social aspect. When I was younger, I really wasn't that confident. I couldn't talk to people. I was really introverted. And video games, especially online video games, helped me out with that so much. And I'm not the only one, because in a study by Dr. Jennifer Wilbur, she concluded that very antisocial teens and young adults benefit greatly from those online video games. When observing the people who are playing couch co-op, which is people who are playing together in the same room, it boosted teamwork and that aspect of the social skills. But when it was focusing on strictly online gameplay, especially in MMORPGs, which is when a lot of people who are strangers get together and they play. People who play these games showed an increased level of pro-social behavior and extrovertedness after playing the game than they had before. And this is really great, because that's kind of how it was for me. I was big into those kind of games, and they've really helped me expand and become more confident in myself. With the, I can't really get into everything because of the time restraints of this project, but video games are amazing. They increase those mental acuity, they increase positive stress, and even help with your social skills. And in a time like this, with the whole COVID-19 situation, and the social distancing and the quarantine, now's a better time than any to get into the video games. Thank you.